Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pete with MixBetterNow.com, and VerbSuite Classics from Slate Digital has finally arrived. Let's check it out. All right, so I have a session pulled open here in Pro Tools. This is The Surface of Things by Andy Gullahorn, andygullahorn.com, a fantastic singer-songwriter from Nashville. I've gone ahead and put a plate reverb on his vocal, so we're going to take a listen to that. It is from the FG480 unit inside of VerbSuite Classics, which is a model of the Lexicon LX480. It also happens to be the default setting when you open the VSC. So let's go ahead and take a listen from the first verse.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eye? Last time we dressed up for the ball? Last time we felt a raging jealousy inside, or any raging feeling at all?
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the second verse.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath, covered by the slinging of mud. There's a pain that doesn't even have a name yet. Injury, hemorrhaging blood. There's a fire still flickering from years ago, unsure if it should comfort or burn.
All right, so as you can hear, the VerbSuite Classics Reverb Suite, as I like to call it, it's not really a plugin. We've basically got 8 premium digital reverb units all in one box here. And it really is an absolute joy. I'm really excited that this is out. Not only does it sound fantastic, but it is extremely, extremely easy to use, simple to dial in, amazing sounding reverb. The interface is laid out very simply. We'll take a look at it in a second. And to me, that's important because there's a lot of reverb plugins out there that are not so easy to use and are not so simple. And that's one area that I find this plugin to be extremely strong in. So just to give you a quick little overview of essentially what's inside of this guy, it's pretty comprehensive. There's basically 8 of the most critically acclaimed digital reverb units of all time in one box, okay? We have a bunch of different things like an Eventide 2016. Now you're going to see different iterations the way that Slate kind of labels them, in their own way. But you'll see one of the the reverbs in there is labeled the FG 2016. We also have a TC Electronic 6000. There's a Roland SRV 2000. Like I said before, we have a Lexicon LX480. We have a Neve AMS RMX 16, which is one of my favorite digital reverbs. There's an EMT 250, and one that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that is, I guess, modern in comparison to the others is a Bricasti M7. So they all sound excellent. The Bricasti is kind of like an extra download. So if you demo or purchase the unit, you're going to have to go ahead and download the Bricasti library, but it's very easy, and they explain everything for you very simply. Okay, so I have this set up as a send. I also have this set up as some inserts on some different instruments. I want to just kind of put it through its paces and show you guys how it sounds. For all of the inserts, we're going to be using the dry wet knob, which is down here on the right. Continuing on the interface, there's also a makeup gain knob. We have an input and an output meter. Jumping over here to the left-hand side, we have a 3-band EQ, low, mids, and highs, super easy. You can depress this button here to turn it off, turn it back on. A lot of the presets will have some prior EQing going on. Now in the middle section here, this is one thing that I love about this plugin is it's so easy to use. You're going to see, 2 usual suspects of reverb plugins. You're going to see your decay and your pre-delay over here, which you'll see on most. But we also have an attack knob. Now, the attack set at 0 will mean that the reverb comes in immediately, and the farther up that we push this, it will delay it by these amount of milliseconds, as you see on this on the screen. There's also a chorusing knob, and there is a width knob, which means we can enhance the stereo image of the reverb, or we can collapse it and go to, I'm not sure if it's absolute mono, but it sounds very mono when you go all the way to the left. Up here up top, we have our presets built in. So we have everything from drums to strings to vocals to keys. And then down here in this little digital screen, this is where we can load our different devices, okay? So all of these are different digital reverb units, and they all have different settings, taken from the actual devices. Like, for example, if we go to the FG16X, this is from the Neve RMX16, and these are all of the settings that the RMX16 has. You can pick a room, reverse, plate, nonlinear, 2 different halls, and an ambience reverb setting. So, it's really, really spot on in terms of all of the modeling. Okay, so what I want to do now is I still have the vocal in solo. I'm going to turn off the other reverbs, and what we're going to do is I have an instantiation of VST pulled up right here. So I just want to kind of go through some different settings, and we can listen to the different reverbs. I'm going to go from the first verse again, and I'm going to exaggerate some of these things just so you can hear the reverb, okay? That's kind of the whole idea. So I have this pulled up on the vocals menu, and it's set to the first preset. Let's take a listen.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball. Last time we felt a raging jealousy inside, or any raging feeling at all.
Okay, I'm just going to keep kind of toggling through these.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball.
So here we have a darker plate from the EMT 250, and I can definitely hear that. The low end is pushed up a bit, and the highs are turned down. So if you want to get rid of the EQ, like I said before, you can just press this button here.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball.
So the decay knob is your reverb time. If you increase and decrease it, you could see it on the menu here. So it's about a like a 1.5 second reverb.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball. Last time we felt a raging jealousy inside, or any raging feeling at all. When's the last time we forfeited the last word?
We can push out the stereo width.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball.
As well as kind of collapse the image a bit.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball. Last time.
So, I mean, it's just very easy to kind of get up and go and get your sound dialed in very quickly. Let's keep going here on the presets.
When's the last time we looked each other in the eyes? Last time we dressed up for the ball.
Second verse.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath, covered by the slinging of mud.
And one thing that I find that's great about most reverb plugins is I like to kind of take other presets from different instruments and try them on, mismatch things. Like, just because it's a vocal doesn't mean we can't, for example, try something like a drum, a snare space.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath, covered by the slinging of mud. There's a pain that doesn't even have a name yet.
So as you can hear, I mean, everything, one thing that I really like about the way that the reverbs are in here is nothing is very crispy. Nothing sounds overtly digitalized, where you sometimes get a harsh sounding top end. So everything sounds very, very smooth. Okay, so while we're on the vocal, you saw how easy it is to essentially toggle through the presets. If you want to change a device, or you want to go and find a specific reverb sound, all you would do is press the load device button here and come down. So the BM7 is the Bricasti. So if I wanted to pull open a chamber, we could start there. And then instead of going in every time and pressing the button, you can actually use your mouse wheel and you can toggle through the different settings. Okay, so it's just a very quick, very easy, efficient way of working.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath, covered by the slinging of mud.
Okay, let's bring the band in.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath, covered by the slinging of mud. There's a pain that doesn't even have a name yet. Injury, hemorrhaging blood. There's a fire still flickering from years ago, unsure if it should comfort or burn.
Okay, so here's a hall.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath, covered by the slinging of mud. There's a pain that doesn't even have a name yet. Injury, hemorrhaging blood.
Okay, so as you can hear, all these reverbs sound really, really amazing. I could definitely, sit here and play around with them on the vocals all day. But just for fun, I want to put them on a few different instruments here and just kind of show you what they sound like. So we'll bring back in our original settings.
There's a whole world happening just under our breath.
Okay, so another thing that I have them set up, ready to go on is the string section. So if we solo the strings, so we're using this as an insert now, so the dry wet knob is going to be imperative in terms of getting the blend right. But this is a great way to use reverbs. I like using inserts sometimes if I want to get for example, a group of strings like this. If I want to send and have the group of instruments sound like they're all in the same space, it's just a really it's almost an easier way for me to do this, to put it on the bus, than it would be to go ahead and send out 6 tracks or 7 tracks. So I think there's strings presets here. So here's Dark String Cathedral. Sounds really good. This is Lush Orchestra. A little more dense. This is called Small and Warm. And what's nice too is that when you're kind of when you're toggling through the presets, you can see which unit you're using, the type of reverb. And you can also see the decay time, so you can go ahead and store your favorites in the presets. You can create your own presets and be able to toggle through them. So it's all very easy to use. Okay, so lastly, I've gone ahead and put VerbSuite Classics on the 2 bus. So let's go ahead and see if we could just dial in a little bit of ambiance for the overall track.
We have been scratching at the surface of things. Rivers run underneath, 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 underneath. Put your ear to the ground and your fist through the wall. Chase the rumbling sound. Start our hearts beating again. Not too late to wake up to a dream. Not too late to walk together to the water's edge. Kneel down and take a drink. We have been scratching at the the surface a thing.
All right, you can hear that tail fade out there. So VerbSuite Classics is an absolute beast of a reverb plugin. There is more reverb on here than you can possibly use. There is everything from plates, rooms, ambience, chambers, nonlinear, reverse reverbs, everything you need and nothing you don't. All right, that's it for me. My name is Pete with MixBetterNow.com. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.